Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this SOEVSI LED grow light. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link in the description of this on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this says 1000 watts, and this is similar to when they list LEDs as 100 watt. This is actually like a 1000 watt equivalent, so this would be similar to a 1000 watt high pressure sodium light. So on the bottom here we have model IV1000. Power draw is 100 watts plus or minus 5%. Voltage is AC 100 to 277. The LED is GR SMT 3030 and GR red. I'm not sure what this VIA Rutone is, 5.5 by 3 foot, but I think that is the area it covers. So this is smaller than 2.5 by 3 foot, but that's the area of light that it would cover. And it's IP65 waterproof. So this would be dust proof and water jet. This is not high powered water jet, it's regular water jet rated. We have an instruction manual here. So here are the specs on the 1000 watt one. We saw some of these. It has 107 LEDs. Here's the veg coverage. Okay, and there's that number again. It's 2.5 by 3 feet at 16 inches. The bloom coverage is 2 by 2.5 feet at 12 inches. The lights are 3000K, 5000K, and 660 nanometers. So the efficiency of this, which is the PPE, is 2.37 micromoles per joule. So we have some cables here for mounting. We have a ratchet strap for raising and lowering it, and it came with some sunglasses for eye protection. Power cable that will plug into here. So here's the panel, and these are 3030 chips. That means they're 3 millimeters by 3 millimeters. You can see they're mounted to this thick piece of metal here. And here we have a power supply. We talked about voltage already. It's 1.2 amps max, and the power factor is 0.95. And it does say it is waterproof. So let's get this connected up. So if you're wanting to know how high to put this above your plants and such, the description for this product has some charts that you can look at. Okay, so we have one large carabiner here, and that's connected to these 4 cables, and these have clips on the ends. So I can just clip these on, like so. So now we can suspend the light. Then we have the ratchet strap, and this will have a release right here, this little tab. It's like you push it up to release, like this, and then you can pull this down. And then when you pull this side, it ratchets. So when you attach this to the light, it will hold taut, and then you can release it to lower it. There we go. So to attach this to the ceiling, you could use like a hook or something. I'm just actually going to use one of these small C-clamps, and then I will slip this over here, and that will hold it. So I will make sure to clamp this tight enough so this doesn't fall. So now I can pull on this rope. And we can suspend the light. There we go. This one got twisted a little bit. So this is going to spin around. Now if you have multiples of these, you could use just like a little zip tie or twist tie on the edges to keep them from spinning, or you could put another line up somewhere. I'm just going to plug it in. That should keep it from rotating, at least too much. Okay, there we have it plugged in. So it has a dimming control here. So here I can turn it up. And that's our full brightness. Let me back this up. Now it's going to be hard to gauge full brightness on this because my camera is going to adjust. So this is the dimmest setting. This is the brightest. So let's take a look at the LEDs here. I'll lower this. So here you can see the different colors. We have the reds, the whites, the blues. There's full brightness there, but as I said before, it's adjusting. Here, I will turn this off. There I've locked exposure, and now I'll turn it on. So that's the full brightness. And I'm averting my eyes here so I don't burn them out. Even with these sunglasses on, it's very bright. So that's very easy to raise and lower. I like to pull on this rope and then lift up at the same time so it takes the pressure off the pulley itself. I mean, it can handle just pulling on it, but I think it's easier to control that way. And then to lower it, I hold the light. I'm holding the top of the cables and pressing that release and lowering it. Like so. So this aluminum here acts as a heat sink to keep the LEDs cool. So I think you typically want to pair this with a timer to turn them on and off automatically. I wish I had these earlier this spring. We were starting some seeds and we had to put them near the window and then open and close the curtains at certain times of day, and sometimes we'd forget. With a light like this, we could have had this set up on a timer and it would have automatically just turned on and off, and then we would have just had to worry about watering it and not messing with the light. So I'm going to turn this on high and leave it for a little bit, and then I'll come back and I will shoot a clip with my thermal camera so you can see the heat coming off of it. Okay, so here's a look at the light with the thermal camera, and you can see in the middle here we're at about 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the edge we're at around 113, 114. So this is actually my second attempt. I tried this earlier after it was on for a half hour, and I got about 129 here in the middle, and I got about 120 on the edge. But you can see how even the light is, or the heat is on this whole thing. So that aluminum is really spreading out the heat. And I don't have a fan on this. I suspect it would be cooler if I had a fan on it. And here's a quick look at the underside. And the power supply itself that's around 111 degrees. And that's the surface. So I'm less than a foot here from this surface, and it's at 93 degrees. So it's not like heating this up to the point where it's going to start it on fire. Of course, when you're actually growing plants, you would have this higher than that even. So I do have a power meter set up here. Let's turn this all the way down. So this is plugged in, but the light is down and there's no glow coming from it. So it's 0 watts. It just kind of hit 0.3. It's obviously going to take some tiny bit of electricity, but it's not very measurable. Okay, I'll start turning it up. Okay, so the lights have turned on, and now we're at 5.3 watts. I'll just slowly increase this. We're at 10 watts, 12, 15. 25. Okay, I'll crank it up now. That's about halfway. So at 57 watts, and I'll turn it all the way up. I'll let that even out there. So we're at around 104 watts. And the power factor we're showing here is 0.99, not showing 1. Let's turn that down. So with it on a dimmer mode, the power factor is 0.93. So that's pretty impressive. And there's your amp rating. There's on a low. It's 0.05. We turn it all the way up. And we're at 0.86. So that's the SOEVSI LED grow light. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.